don't see the world as it truly is, you see it through the lens of your own mind. Every thought, every belief you hold shapes the way you experience life. And too often, we let negative narratives define us. I'm not good enough. I will fail. These are just stories we tell ourselves, but they feel real enough to hold us back. What if you could change that story? What if you could reshape the way you see yourself, not through doubt and fear, but through clarity and strength? This is where Stoicism comes in. It teaches us that we may not control the world around us, but we can always control how we interpret it. And by shifting that perspective, we can change the way we live. In this video, we'll explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and how it can help you redefine your self-position, overcome limiting beliefs, and take control of your life. Many people have big dreams, but why do so few actually achieve them? The truth is, success and happiness remain nothing more than a fantasy if we don't take action. And the biggest obstacle isn't the world around us, it's the way we see ourselves. Too often we tell ourselves, I'm not good enough, or I'll fail anyway, so why try? But the reality is, action is the only way forward. Epictetus once said, first decide who you want to be, then do what you must to become that person. Success isn't about luck, it's about persistence, taking consistent action, and having the courage to face failure head on. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He failed more than 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. But did he give up? No. Every failure was just another step toward success. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not external events. That means the world outside may be unpredictable, but how we react, how we choose to move forward, that's completely in our control. So stop waiting for the perfect moment to start. The perfect moment doesn't exist. What matters is taking the first step, no matter how small. Seneca said it best, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they become difficult. The hardest part is simply beginning. Once you do, you'll realize that the path to your dreams has been within your reach all along. Pain is an inevitable part of life. We all experience heartbreak, failure, and loss. But what truly matters is how we respond. Some let pain break them, while others use it as fuel to grow stronger. Marcus Aurelius once said, what stands in the way becomes the way. This means that obstacles are not roadblocks, they are opportunities in disguise. The key is to accept pain, not as defeat, but as a lesson. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up, it means understanding that some things are beyond our control. As Seneca put it, difficulties strengthen the mind, just as labor strengthens the body. Consider Beethoven. Losing his hearing was a devastating blow for a musician. He could have surrendered to despair, but instead he composed some of the greatest symphonies of all time, including the legendary Symphony No. 9. His pain didn't define him, his response to it did. So how can we turn our struggles into strength? Start by writing in a journal to process your emotions. Meditate to find inner peace. Talk to loved ones instead of bottling everything inside. Most importantly, shift your perspective. See challenges not as barriers, but as stepping stones for growth. Pain is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of something greater. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose our sense of direction. We get caught up in endless social media scrolling, overwhelmed by news, and weighed down by expectations from family and society. But amidst all this noise, we must ask ourselves, am I spending my time on what truly matters? The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external circumstances, we can always control our reactions. Instead of stressing over things beyond our reach, we should focus on what we can influence. The key question to ask is, will this still matter to me 5 years from now? If not, maybe it's time to let it go. Another essential practice is gratitude. Too often, we chase after more success, more recognition, more possessions, forgetting to appreciate what we already have. As Seneca wisely said, it is not the man who has too little that is poor, but the one who constantly craves more. True wealth comes from contentment, not accumulation. Lastly, be mindful of the people and influences in your life. Not everyone deserves your time and energy. The company you keep shapes your mindset and emotions. Marcus Aurelius warned, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, challenge you, and align with your values. Life is too short to be spent on distractions and negativity. By focusing on what we can control, practicing gratitude, and choosing our influences wisely, we create a life that is not just busy, but meaningful. Success is not just about reaching a goal. It's about maintaining balance in life. Imagine sailing a boat through stormy waters. If you focus only on moving forward without stabilizing the boat, you risk capsizing. Similarly, if we chase success without caring for our well-being, we may achieve external milestones but lose inner peace. One of the biggest obstacles to balance is our own expectations. We often tie happiness to specific outcomes, promotion, wealth, recognition, only to find disappointment when things don't go as planned. True fulfillment comes when we let go of rigid expectations and focus on what truly matters. Take Haruki Murakami, for example. He didn't start writing for fame or awards. He wrote because he loved it. That genuine passion, free from external pressures, ultimately led him to success. When we stop obsessing over results and start embracing the process, we naturally become better at what we do. A key lesson from Stoicism is accepting life's impermanence. Everything, wealth, reputation, even relationships, can change or disappear. If we attach our identity to these fleeting things, we set ourselves up for suffering. Instead, we should build our sense of self on inner strength, values, and purpose. Balance is not about having it all. It's about knowing what truly matters and making space for it. By embracing impermanence, letting go of unrealistic expectations, and staying true to our passions, we can achieve a success that is both meaningful and lasting. The biggest limits in life are often the ones we create in our own minds. Thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," aren't facts. They're just stories we tell ourselves. And the more we repeat them, the more they shape our reality. Your mindset determines your actions. If you believe you can't succeed, you won't even try. But if you shift your perspective, your entire life can change. The key is to challenge those limiting beliefs instead of accepting them as truth. One powerful practice is writing down your negative thoughts and questioning them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Where's the evidence? Most of the time, you'll realize these thoughts are just fears, not facts. Once you recognize your mental barriers, start replacing them with small, specific actions. Want to be more confident? Practice speaking up in conversations. Feel like you're not smart enough? Commit to learning something new every day. Every small step chips away at your limits. The more you act despite fear, the more you realize that the only thing holding you back was never reality, it was just your own belief. Motivation is temporary, but discipline lasts forever. Many people start strong but quickly lose momentum. The truth is, successful individuals don't rely on fleeting bursts of inspiration. They rely on consistent discipline to push through even when they don't feel like it. Take David Goggins as an example. He didn't have an easy start. His childhood was filled with hardship and violence. But instead of using that as an excuse, he built unshakable mental and physical toughness through relentless training. His story proves that success is not about luck or talent. It's about the willingness to endure and keep going. So how do you build discipline? Start small. Set realistic, achievable goals and commit to them daily. Whether it's exercising for 10 minutes, reading one page of a book, or waking up at the same time every day, consistency is what makes the difference. And most importantly, stop waiting for motivation. You don't need to feel ready to take action. The secret is to act, even when you don't feel like it. Over time, discipline becomes a habit, and that habit leads to unstoppable progress. True victory isn't about defeating others, it's about conquering yourself. A strong mindset helps you face challenges without breaking, turning every obstacle into an opportunity to grow. To develop a winning mindset, focus on 3 key principles. Control your emotions and reactions. Life is unpredictable, but how you respond is always within your power. Instead of letting emotions dictate your actions, practice self-awareness and resilience. Embrace failure as a stepping stone to success. Every great achiever has failed, sometimes more times than they can count. The difference is they learn from failure instead of fearing it. Enjoy the journey, not just the outcome. If you only measure success by results, you'll always feel like you're chasing something just out of reach. Instead, find joy in the process, in the growth, and in the small victories along the way. When you shift your mindset in these ways, success is no longer something you seek, it becomes something you embody. The strongest warrior isn't the one who defeats the most enemies, it's the one who masters themselves. As Confucius wisely said, "He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior." Mastery begins with self-control. Life will throw difficulties your way: anger, fear, frustration. But you decide whether they control you or you control them. Every hardship, every setback is an opportunity. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles, train yourself to see them as challenges that make you stronger. With the right mindset, even the hardest moments in life become fuel for growth. You can't control everything in life, but you can control how you perceive and respond to it, and that makes all the difference. By changing the way you see yourself, you change your actions. By changing your actions, you change your future. Your perspective shapes your reality, so choose to see yourself as capable, resilient, and unstoppable. The power to transform your life is already within you. The only question is, are you ready to use it?